Navigate to GitHub. If you guys don't already have a profile, go ahead and create one. And we're going to need to create a new repository. So I'm going to navigate over here to my repositories, and I'm going to create a new one. And I'm going to go ahead and call this app-deploy here. And then you guys can go ahead and add your description. I'm going to leave it as public for now, but know that you can make it private if you want to. And then I'm going to go ahead and create the repository. And the reason we're doing this is because when we're creating our server with onRender, we're going to point it to GitHub so it can actually run our code. And then what we want to do here is we want to use these commands. And you guys need to know that before you can push any of this code to GitHub, you guys actually need to install GitHub globally or locally to your computer. I will leave a link to that down below. And the first thing I want to do is get outside of my client. So I'm just going to go ahead and open a new command prompt, and that will move us into our project directory here. And the first thing I need to do to actually create a Git repository is run the command git init. That will create our repository. And then I need to run git add, and then I just need to include a period. So I add all the files from here into the Git repository that we just created. So we'll let that go ahead and run. And then all we need to do is copy this code down here and go ahead and paste it into here. This is fine. Go ahead and hit paste. And you guys want to make sure that you click enter on all of these so it successfully runs. And you're going to see that it's adding all of my information into my Git repository. Now, if I go ahead and refresh this on the GitHub side, you're going to see that the client is here and the server is here, as well as our git.ignore file as well. And if we open this, you're going to see that our node modules and our env file is not present because we included that in our git.ignore file here. If you guys screw up anything while you create your Git repository in your code, what you want to do is navigate to git bash. And in this terminal, you can completely remove your Git repository and start from scratch. So we can use rm-rf.git here, and this will completely delete the repository that you created just here in your project, not on GitHub, and you will be able to create a new repository and start from scratch just in case you mess anything up. Tap here to see what happens next.